The following video has been created to help you configure the eReceipt web services in K8. You can only do this though once the tech team have done their part. It covers 4 areas: creating of the actual eReceipt service, adding users to that service, granting those users permissions, and then finally activating that service. So let's take a look.
Configuring web services. This demonstration will go through the steps to create the eReceipt service. To do this, we're going to access the Web Services control panel. Once we're in the control panel, we need to click on the services icon, and then we need to click on the blue plus to add a new service. The service name in this instance is K8 eReceipts. We're going to press on the tab key to go down to the company field. In this instance, we're going to click on the drop down and select Southern Building Supplies. We're then going to press the tab key and we're going to go to the library and click on the drop down and select K8 eReceipts. Now this service name that we've created of K8 eReceipts is important because this will form part of the URL when accessing the app on your mobile device. So we then click OK, and this will then take us into the edit service. You'll see the service ID, company and library have pre-populated from the previous screen. Now the log level is down as a default. We're going to click on the drop down and we're going to click on trace. Then we're going to press the tab key and in the log payloads click on the drop down and say response and request. Now we use this when we're testing just really to see if there's any issues in communications between the app and K8. If everything is working fine in the system, then we should put these back, the log level and the log payloads, to default. Failing to do that may incur a large log file which will need to be consolidated within the K8 agent. We're then going to press the tab key into the authentication field and click on the drop down and we're going to select basic username and password. We're then going to press the tab key once more and we're going to put a tick in the enabled box. From this point, we're then going to click on the authenticated sources tab, and then we're going to go and click on the blue plus to add a new source. And this is where we enter a username who is actually going to be the name of the person logging into the device. In this case, we're going to use the name of stock. Please be aware this is case sensitive. We're then going to press the tab key and enter in the password. This is also case sensitive. Then click on OK, and you will see the source identifier, the owner and the authorization key have been populated. What we now need to do is go to the permissions tab, click on device permissions, then we need to go over to the blue add to grant this permission. We click in the cell under identifier type, click on the drop down and select authenticated source. We then press the tab key and in the cell under identifier we click on the ellipsis and you will see we've got the code already selected and we simply just click on OK. We can then, if we want to add any further users, we simply go back into the authentication sources and repeat the steps back into permissions, and then we'll have multiple authenticated sources in the system. We then click on OK once we're happy, and you will now see we have a K8 eReceipt service listed. Now whenever you go in and add or remove users or edit passwords, which we'll show you to do that, or it will be in documentation later, you simply need to go down to the jigsaw piece and click on Rebuild All Services. When you do that, you will see the K8 eReceipts service has been loaded.